This is the all-new 2019 Toyota Rav4. This is Toyota's 5th generation of this compact SUV and has quickly become a big seller for Toyota. In fact, the previous model has actually outsold the Camry, which was their biggest seller. Now, with its new boxy design and standard safety features, does this vehicle have what it takes to continue being Toyota's sales leader? We're gonna go over some of the features, take it out on the road, and see how she handles. Now we're going to start in the front of this all-new RAV4. As you can see with this new generation, the front end is more chiseled, more aggressive looking than the previous generation, which was more sloped and came more like a beak on the front of the vehicle. Not that it was a bad looking vehicle, but this definitely has a more aggressive style to it, which I like. All of the RAV4s are going to come with LED headlights. This particular tester, being the limited model, does come with the front parking sensors, but all RAV4s come standard with Toyota Safety Sense 2.0. So you're going to get the radar cruise control, the lane departure, the pre-collision, lane trace assist, all of this technology that is standard on the vehicle, even on the base model LE, which for a vehicle in this price range, that is a lot of technology that most people usually have to pay for in luxury vehicles or as additional options. So kudos to Toyota for adding all of those features. Now, under the hood of this all-new RAV4 is Toyota's brand new 2.5 liter 4-cylinder direct force engine. Now, this engine puts out 203 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an 8-speed transmission. Now, my tester here is a front-wheel drive version, but you can get an all-wheel drive version depending on the trim level. A hybrid version will be coming out available soon here in the near future, so be on the lookout for that. One of the complaints, I don't know if it's the engine that I've been reading on the forums, but I did experience it while testing this vehicle, is this engine does produce a lot of engine noise in the cabin. Now, I did have a viewer comment on one of my videos that they noticed, and frankly, I didn't realize it, but a lot of Toyota vehicles like the Corolla, this RAV4, doesn't come with under the hood sound deadening material. Now, I do find it kind of disappointing that Toyota on this limited trim model, which is almost $35,000, doesn't give you that option. Maybe that would have helped quiet the noise in the cabin a little bit, who knows. But it is a good engine. It is rated at 35 highway with an overall combined 30 miles per gallon. Now, there are some interesting features in the back of this RAV4. Now, first of all, the rear compartment is 37.6 cubic feet of space, which is plenty of space to load, all kinds of luggage, golf clubs, things like that. If you lay the 2 back seats down, you've got plenty of room to load up the vehicle with whatever you need. Now, this one does come with a rear sunshade to kind of help hide whatever you keep in the back. You can take that out, which again, when you lay the seats down, does give you plenty more space. One unique feature about the RAV4 is this little parcel shelf. As you can see, it's nice and flat. It is a little bit on the high side, so loading baggage or luggage in there, you do have to kind of lift it up a little bit. But kind of a unique feature that Toyota has offered, let's say you needed, I don't know, another extra 2 inches, Toyota does allow you to drop the shelf about, actually probably about 1.5 inches, maybe 1 inch at the most. I'm not sure why Toyota gave you that ability to lower it. It's not like that, that little 1 inch gives you that much more space, but they do. You can also take this parcel shelf and you can flip it around where one side is carpeted, the other is hard plastic. So, if you need to throw your pet in the back or throw some stuff in the back that you don't want to damage up the carpeted side, that is kind of nice that Toyota gives you that option. But again, all in all, a lot of space here in this RAV4. Now, getting in the back of the all-new RAV4, there's plenty of room. This is actually my driving position here, and as you can see, I've got plenty of knee room here. There's not a lot of amenities. The door is a nice soft padded door. You've got 2 AC vents right here. You do have 2 USB ports here for your rear passengers. You've got plenty of headroom. It's a very nice, comfortable area to be in. Now, one thing that I noticed that this previous generation doesn't offer is the previous generation, there was a little handle here and you could actually adjust the recline level of the rear seats. Toyota has opted to eliminate that, and you're already reclined in this back seat. Now, I did notice in this back seat that the handle that you use to lay the seat flat does give you an option to kind of raise the seat up a little bit. And it does have this little indicator, which I thought was kind of interesting, that when it's unlocked, you can see this little indicator pop up letting you know that your seat is not locked and it could slide forward. Once you get the first click, it goes down, and then you lift the handle up, and then you can actually go to its regular recline position. So they didn't completely eliminate the option to adjust the recline, but is not as adjustable as the previous generation. So you can either have it a little bit more straight up like this, or you can go to its standard lean back position like that. So this vehicle features Toyota Smart Key technology. So like all smart keys, you hit this line here to lock the door, grab the door handle, it unlocks the door. As you can see, it has quite a big opening there, which makes getting into the vehicle fairly easy. Shut the door here. Has a nice good sound to it. Now this trim level does have leather wrap padding here with the stitching. Padding here on the armrest. You got your power windows, door locks, side mirror controls, and then this one has the memory seats. Of course, it has the push button start, so you put your foot on the brake, push the button, and it comes to life. Now in the center gauge there, you see a 7-inch informational display, and then the 8-inch touch tablet style display here in the center. Now this vehicle does have the Intune 3.0. It does have Apple CarPlay. It does not have Android Auto. So that's a minus there. But you got your auto climate control, dual climate. The knobs here have a rubber feel to them, which feels actually really nice to the touch. You got your heated seats here. And then underneath you've got your 12-volt outlet and a USB auxiliary plug right there. Some models actually feature a wireless charging pad right here, and then you've got your electronic brake and your different sport modes right here. Something that I found kind of funny was you got a little pocket here, I'm assuming for coins, and then you've got nice big cup holders with a fair decent amount of storage. You do have some USB connections, 2 of them underneath here, and then you do have a pocket right above the glove compartment for the passenger, non-lined glove box, and then you do have a little pocket on this side for I guess coins or cards, gate keys, whatever you want to put there. You have your standard Toyota steering wheel with all the standard controls. And then up top here in this trim level, you do actually have a digital rear view mirror. Now, right now, if you want to just use the regular mirror, then it functions just like a regular mirror. You do have integrated home link controls right here. But let's say you've got the back of your vehicle loaded up with people, or you've got it loaded up with stuff and you can't see out that rear view mirror. You just pull this switch and it switches to the high mounted camera in the back of the power lift gate, and you can actually see behind you. Now I noticed that while I was testing this vehicle that the picture is a little grainy. It's not as sharp as I would like, but it gets the job done. Problem is I think some people might not get accustomed to it because it doesn't give you that sense of depth like an actual mirror does. When you look in the mirror, you do get a sense of depth and feel, whereas a digital picture is really a flat 2D image. But like I said, it is a useful feature, And then of course this tester does have the moonroof, sunroof. Your controls are located right here. It does have this SOS button. And it's kind of funny that you gotta, drop this little cover here, kind of like a bomb switch. You gotta uncover it and then hit the SOS button. It's Toyota's version of their own OnStar, things like that. And then of course you got your standard sunglass holder right here. All in all though, very nice features, decent material, and yeah, it's definitely a vehicle I could be in here for quite some time on a nice long road trip. Now, something that I noticed in this RAV4 that I thought was kind of unique is typically there's normally two ways to look at the VIN, either in the front dash or in the sticker on the driver's side door. Some manufacturers will even put the VIN number under the hood. In this particular vehicle, underneath the floor mat on the passenger side, there's a little cover there that you can actually pop up, and the VIN number has been etched into the frame of the vehicle. So I thought that was kind of unique and different than most other vehicles that you'll find. Now that we're in the vehicle, let's get it out on the road and see how she handles. So driving the 2019 RAV4, I mean, you can definitely hear quite a bit of engine noise, even when you're not really accelerating really hard. So again, I wish there was a little bit more sound deadening, especially again for this trim level being a limited, which is again just under $35,000. So that's a lot of money. And having to hear all of that engine noise is kind of disappointing. But otherwise, it's fairly quiet. I've driven the 2018 RAV4, and I would say it's actually a little bit more quiet than this 2019. As far as the wind noise and everything like that, I do hear a little bit more wind noise in this particular generation. So going over bumps is pretty good. It soaks up the bumps pretty well. This vehicle, this RAV4, is actually built on Toyota's new Global Architect TNGA. So it's supposed to have a more compliant ride than the previous generation. And like I said, I mean, going over bumps, it soaks them up really well. Now this vehicle is packed full of technology. Again, Toyota Safety Sense 2.0. Yeah, I'm actually just driving with the cruise control on, without my foot on the pedal or the brake. This Toyota Safety Sense 2.0 does have full stop and start cruise control. So as the traffic in front of me slows down and comes to a stop, it actually brings the vehicle to a stop as well. Again, I'm not doing any of that on the gas pedal. It does have the lane keeping assist, where it wants to keep me in the center of the lane. I don't know if I would keep that feature on. I would probably turn that feature off, because when I do have, because you do got to keep your hands on the wheel, if I'm wanting to make little adjustments, it wants to make little adjustments, and you can feel it pushing against you a little bit, because the roads are curve a lot. So that's kind of disconcerting when you're driving and you feel the car, it's not really fighting you, but you feel that feedback. So I would probably turn the lane tracing feature off. But other than that, all the other technology is great. So again, with 203 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque, the straight line speed 0 to 60 is 8 seconds. But the engine makes quite a bit of noise. I don't know if you could hear that, but it sounds like it's doing a lot of work to get to 60 in 8 seconds. So thank you again for taking time to watch this quick review of the 2019 RAV4. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. That way you can be notified when I upload my next video. Again, my name is Mike Smith with Straight Line Speed. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you to AutoNation Toyota Winter Park for making this review possible.